All right. Just waiting for everything to kick in and sync up. I'm going to pop some music on. So happy Tuesday. Tuesday. Statistics show that Tuesday is the most productive day of the week. I find it better than Mondays. Much better than Mondays. All right. Okay. There we go. LinkedIn should be up and running and streaming. I have no idea about YouTube. I have no idea. Okay, so how was everyone's day yesterday? Monday, eh? Great day. So I've just before jumping onto this stream, I was just having a little kind of look over my day yesterday, everything that I'd kind of planned to do, what I wanted to focus on. And man, I had some grand ambitions. So for as long as I've known, I've always struggled with Mondays, and I always put it down to, the kind of, it's Monday. Who enjoys a Monday having had 2 days off? You're back to work, all that. I thought it was the work thing. So getting up for work, having to kind of put your game face on and get ready for another week, which resulted in me kind of not feeling my best. It seems not. So yesterday was a good day. Nothing bad happened. Everything kind of went as a good day should. But going back through the notes and kind of how I did with kind of what I'd aimed to do, very low on energy. So I think it's a me thing. It's definitely a me thing. So what I'm taking from that is that I need to seriously not be so ambitious for a Monday. I need to ease myself into the week. So I need to find what kind of tasks, what activities that, is kind of low on energy, that can sit in on a Monday. So what do I do throughout the week? I can pull into Monday. So today I'm going to have a bit of a think around that, a bit of a brainstorm, so that next Monday I can, because it doesn't feel good when you don't hit your targets or you don't do the things that you want to do. So for me, this is very much a moment of realization that Mondays are just going to be Mondays for me. They're low energy for me, and I need to make that work. I've tried to fight against it. Don't get me wrong, I get the odd Monday where I am pumped up, I'm psyched, and I, get a lot done. But they are so far in between. It's like once in a blue moon from what I can see. So one thing that I want to focus on today is kind of really giving that Monday and what Monday looks like for me a little bit of thought. So if you are here with me and you were here yesterday and you ran through these, your intentions for the day, your focus for the day, take a few moments, have a look. Did anything jump out at you? That was my big takeaway from yesterday. I kind of realized it around about 5 o'clock last night. I was just sat there going, it's not the day for me to be high on energy. Tuesdays feel a lot better. I'm feeling a lot better today, and I got my coffee. Hope you guys have got your coffee. Okay, so having reviewed your yesterday, how did you do? How was your day? Take a few minutes just to appreciate the Monday for Monday. And let's get into what you want to journal for today. You can stick with the setting your intentions, setting your focus. But I thought I would, whilst you guys take the time to put pen to paper, I just wanted to kind of go over a type of journaling that isn't all about feelings. And I think this kind of journaling will be really applicable to a lot of people on LinkedIn. So you're all putting out posts. You may or may not be writers at heart. It might be something that you struggle with, but you want to work on. And that's where creative journaling can come into play. Like I said, it doesn't always have to be or centered around your feelings, emotions, and processing. That is very much, a type of journaling. And I think it's the typical viewpoint of journaling, that you deal with, your emotions, your feelings, issues that you're encountering, and working your way through them. But there is a fun side of journaling, and that is where we bring in something creative. So you could have a journal. It could be a scrapbook. It could be a sketchbook. You might be a doodler who just doodles out their ideas. But a creative journal is all about brainstorming ideas, working through problems. So of course there's that link to the business as well. So you could be working on a project. That project could be anything from, you want to write a book. You've got some ideas, you don't know what the end product could be, or you have an idea of where this book is going. So there's two ways if you're wanting to write a book in how you journal your way through it. One way would be to journal about the experience. So each day you just write down a few lines about how you done that day with regards to specifically your writing. It could be that you haven't got a fully formed end product in mind. So it comes out of journaling. That's where you put your ideas down. You work through them, you research them, you flesh them out. You get, you kind of have discussions with others. You add all this in, and it builds into something then that you can shape. One of the most famous people who kind of journaled around their ideas as opposed to feelings is Da Vinci. You can pull up his there's images of his journal notebooks, and they're everything from writing to sketching to flow diagrams to technical drawings. These are all forms of journaling. I think I've said it before. For me, it's everything from that kind of brain dump right through to the sitting down, working through your feelings. Why did I behave like that, or why did I react like that, and kind of experiencing the reduced stress, reduced anxiety, and all the good things that come with journaling. But it can be used in a very creative way. If you're working on creating posts and you want to improve, well, one way of doing it, as well as looking into the stats and the engagement and the impressions, they're all good. But your journal is somewhere where you can test ideas out. You can write about, when I wrote this piece, I felt this. And if it was a good performing post, maybe it's because you put a lot more feeling in, a lot more emotion. Maybe you were testing out something that you were taught by a coach. And we can kind of go on to that one. So if you're being coached by anyone, then I would say grab a journal your way through that process. If you're not talking about your emotions and feelings, it's fine. It should be a fun place. So you can sketch, you can doodle, you can, use it as a scrapbook for collecting pieces of, inspiration, writing out why that's inspiring to you. It could be helpful down the road. It could just be, 10 minutes where you get to play. I think kids have got it great when they can sit down with a crayon and a piece of paper. We should do that more. I think that's what we should do. So, do you guys have any questions at the moment? Any questions? Any questions? So, do you see any, or do you currently partake in that creative kind of journaling process? Because I was kind of jotting down my ideas and everything that was in my brain today that I wanted to kind of touch on, discuss with you, share with you. And this idea around journaling for projects. So if you're in business, you've got a project that you're working on, very good to journal around a project. If you're running campaigns, you could journal around that. So that led me on to thinking about whether I should start journaling around the kind of the house move. We want to move. It's not something that, we're going to do tomorrow. It's something that we're very much putting some thought in, but I have no idea about anything when it comes to moving. The process is, my neighbour's in the process of a move, and what she has said, it's, these are all new pieces of information. I feel like I should be collecting these somewhere. So I'm thinking that one of my things that I want to do is, and this might fit into the kind of Monday, where I journal about what goes into a house move. Everything from what have we got to do within this house, what existing projects need to be finished, what we're looking for in a new house. And one thing that's jumped out at me, I'm very surprised in this day and age, that when I'm looking at houses online, the photography and copy is crap. So guys, if you're a photographer or you're a creative writer, I think you guys could really do well in the kind of house market, because some of the pictures, I don't need a picture of a window at an angle and the corner of a room. That tells me nothing about, the room itself. All I imagine is that it's the tiniest of rooms and it's got a window, and that is the only thing they wanted to take pictures of. And that made me think, I want to take the pictures of my house because I want to show people, the great things about all the different rooms and all the space. And yes, the copy that I have read about houses, it's dry, it's drab. I know it should be informative, but I think there's space for some creative writing in describing a house. And I was thinking that I might, in some space that I have created during my day, I might sit down and kind of write something about, what it's like to live in this house, all the fun that's been had, to demonstrate different ways that different types of family can kind of live and enjoy the space. So I'm going to be setting that as a kind of just a creative writing experiment. If I was to sell this house, what would I tell a potential seller about this house to convince them that whilst it might look small on the outside, it's it's full of potential and it's been full of happiness. How can I share that? So I might do that as a little fun exercise. So getting on to, and I want to know what you think actually. Do you guys think it's worthwhile to have a kind of a journal around the process of moving, kind of everything that goes into it, or all the different things that you don't think about? Would that be helpful to other people? I think it would be fun to read back. If nothing else, I think, once all it's done, once we've moved, I can imagine in a couple of years' time kind of sitting there and reading about that journey of how we found a house, how we prepped this house, all the highs and lows of the entire process. Let me know what you think. Do you think that's a good idea, or would I be wasting my time? No, it's journaling. It's never wasting your time. I think it would be fun. I think I might do it. I'm going to do it. I'm going to do it. So today that I'm going to set that up. I'm going to give some thought around what that could look like, and maybe what areas I can share with you, maybe some funny stories about that entire process. So for me, that's what I'm going to focus on today. And again, just picking up on the things that dropped off yesterday, which they did. One day, I'm going to set out a list of things that doesn't carry into the next day. So let's move into planning your day. What have you guys got on your plate today? Have you created space? And when I say space, I don't mean cleaning your desk. I mean, is there half an hour slots, 10-minute slots throughout your day where you can just step away from the computer? If you're in the UK, the sun's out. You might want to go outside, have a walk, sit in the garden, have a cup of coffee. Just take some time to think or not think. Do nothing. Have you built that into your day, or have you rammed it full of to-dos that's going to carry over to tomorrow? Because it does. You tell me. So, actually not a bad start for the day. I've got some learnings from yesterday. I need to completely rethink, replan what Monday looks like in my house, because I can't get too much done. It's a very slow day. And then for today, I'm going to embark on a project journal. So the project of moving, house hunting, requirements gathering, and all the nitty-gritty things that go into that. So I think that'll be a fun little journal to get working on. And I might even get my husband involved in that. He probably won't want to, but I can try. So let me know, what do you have planned for the day? Have you created space? What did you learn from yesterday? Did you smash yesterday? Was your Monday a lot more livelier than mine was? Because mine was very low in energy. So let me know. How did it go? Do you have any thoughts of what you want to hear on these streams? Do you want more examples of different types of journaling? More emphasis on the ones that the journaling that isn't around feelings and emotions, or do you want a mix of both? You tell me. It's up to you. But I would appreciate some feedback. All right. So I do not have any questions coming through. And I think I've shared my thoughts on what I learned from yesterday, what I've got planned for today. I've kickstarted the creative thinking. I've got some fun ideas that I'd like to jump into and just stretch and flex that creative muscle. So tell me, what are you up to today? Hope it's fun. I hope you have a wonderful Tuesday. And like I said, it's the most productive day of the week. So fingers crossed, I can start ticking things off that I had on my list last week and yesterday. So have a wonderful Tuesday, everyone. And I will